For a long, long time, the horses that went out there and did our best to provide us with a living in this game were so neglected once they'd finished their racing careers. That now is not the case. It's most important that British Racing should look after its ex-racehorses, and the Retraining of Racehorses scheme gives former racehorses a new career. It's a fantastic initiative.
As we know with the racehorse, their career can be over quite soon in their life, and there are very few of them that has a breeding value. So for them to have a purpose in life where they are exercised, where they are well looked after, they are fed, and they can give other people some pleasure, and they can have a lot of fun themselves. And the program that Diabathnot has been running is really starting to pay off now. We are seeing some high quality horses coming through into the showing world, into the eventing world as well.
Well, the Hunter Challenge today was just fantastic here at Cheltenham, wasn't it? It really showed the versatility of the thoroughbred, and of course we enjoy them on park courses all around the country, but they are a breed that can really turn their hand to just about anything, whether it be polo or dressage, or as in my experience at 3-day eventing, my husband William Fox Pitt loves to ride a thoroughbred because they've got the scope to jump, but of course they've got the stamina and the endurance for the big tracks like Burghley.
The thoroughbred has always been important to the sport of eventing. The dressage and the movement is the one thing that probably has meant that they have taken a little bit longer, because they haven't quite got the same elevation of stride, if I can put it like that, as perhaps some of the sport horse breeding that you get particularly in Europe. But you need the class, you need the courage, which of course the thoroughbred is just unbeatable in. And as a result, people have taken the time, and if they can get them young enough to retrain them, they really are a very good part of the sport of eventing.
Inish Moore has only been with me a couple of seasons, and the only surprising thing is how quickly he's gone up the grades. You know, to get to 2-star level that he's at now in only 2 seasons, he's done very, very well. He's a lovely horse in all 3 phases. He's got really nice natural paces, which makes the dressage very easy for him. And he's got a great attitude for the jumping. He loves galloping, obviously with his breeding, and loves jumping the cross-country fences, and remarkably quite careful in the show jumping as well.
It's a pleasure to have been asked to have Quarto Stars to retrain him to do a bit of dressage. He's a wonderful horse, and obviously he's achieved an awful lot in his career already. He's a pleasure to deal with in every way. He's very chilled out on the yard, and he's, as far as retraining's been concerned, he's been fantastic and a delight to work with. He was very good at Newbury. He did feel pretty excited to be out, but obviously it was a huge ask for any horse to go there that's been on a race course and knows what it's about, to go and then work in a completely different way in the same environment. So it just shows his temperament's so good, and you know, again, how wonderful he is to work with, because he listened and he did everything that I asked him to do.
Well, it's for horses that have raced, that have been bought, and changing their use to polo, and really it's about everyone being able to see how we develop the ponies, how we get them to accelerate, decelerate, turn quickly, change legs, all the disciplines that we need in polo.
Personally, I like to get them at about 3 or 4 edged. I got a 5-year-old last year, and she went with a month's training, she was into it. I mean, that's sort of a freak of nature. You very rarely get one of those. But usually I like to get them at 3 or 4, and then hopefully by 6 they're playing.
The main thing is the speed, the intelligence, the agility. The main thing is I think when you're buying a thoroughbred, you know you're not going to have a horse that's lacking top speed.
I think he's done a great job. The transition from being quite a hot-headed racehorse to being a very good, sensible, lovely show horse. There's nothing a horse hates more than being just turned out in the field and left alone.
Well, Barbershop's been an amazing horse to retrain. He went back to Terry Pendry in October from Nicky Henderson's, and he came to me in November. He came still looking very racing fit. He's thrived in his new life. He loves it. He loves being pampered 24/7. He's quite a soft individual, and he's very happy with his sort of new career.
Yes, well, I mean, it's a wonderful scheme, Retraining of Racehorses, and Her Majesty is absolutely thrilled that Barbershop has started it and done so well.
We had him straight really from Nicky Henderson, and we used him as a leading file for the Diamond Jubilee. 6 horses that cantered through the arena, and he just has this just most wonderful disposition.
Well, Retraining of Racehorses is truly a fantastic organisation. For so many horses, their careers come to an end, be it naturally or prematurely, and it's really important that they are found homes, and there are so many other equestrian disciplines where they can excel, and the people who run Retraining of Racehorses are brilliant at identifying where those horses can adapt best to their new surroundings. So it's truly a fantastic charity, and racing needs to do everything it can to get behind the whole project.
The fact that now when a horse, you know, for whatever reason, racing days are over, now there is a fantastic program, if you like, for them to be able to go and do something else, and they all can. Can't tell you how important it is to the whole, us and the whole industry, really.
A lot of the time it shocks me that racehorses have a very false reputation. You know, some people say, oh no, I can't have that, it was a racehorse, and when we've persuaded people to take them and we've placed them, they're shocked how well mannered they are, because they've worked hard all their lives, they have manners, they've not been spoilt, and you know, they take to all the disciplines really well.
They are absolutely wonderful creatures, and I think what people don't realise is just how adaptable they can be once they stop racing.
I think there's been a sort of myth that they're wild, fiery creatures that, you know, only taught to just do that, and they've got terrible habits and things. They haven't at all.
I think once you take a horse off a racing diet and you give it a new environment and you look after it and love it, they'll do anything they can for you.
The ex-race horses have a fantastic attitude to their work and a fantastic attitude to people. So they're actually very trainable, and as long as you treat them right, they'll give you years of enjoyment.